Hello there, everyone. Welcome to Christopher's Entertainment Blog. I am your host, Chris. Welcome to another recap and review for The Flash, Season 2. This is episode 11. It is entitled The Reverse Flash Returns. So we get Eobard Thawne back as the Reverse Flash again. Guys, I was, really surprised to see the Reverse Flash pop in at the end of last week's episode. I was like, whoa, what is going on? I mean, I thought he was like disintegrated or erased from existence or whatever. Um, but they explain it in a way it's just like, okay, it sounds believable, and it was really confusing. So I was like, well, it makes sense, I guess. Um, but apparently, this version of Wells, or not Wells, this version of Eobard Thawne is from the point in the future before he went back in time to kill Barry's mom. uh, and was protected from being erased. So I guess through the Speed Force or something to that effect. Um, so very interesting way to explain things, but it makes sense. I was like, okay, whatever. But we get Eobard Thawne back. I love the fact that we actually get to have actual Eobard Thawne as a Reverse Flash and not Dr. Wells as Eobard Thawne. So that was great. I love seeing that. Um, the Cisco thing, the vibe, that stuff was great. Him putting on the goggles and everything, and um, I thought was excellent. So I mean, I really enjoyed this episode. I thought it was really good. Um, the you know, but there was some things though that I mean that were negative, obviously, and some of this stuff was with unfortunately with Patty this episode. Um, it's odd. I mean, her character is kind of the last few anyway has been so up and down. It's just like last week she says I'm leaving, goodbye, and now this week she's just like I want you to chase me. Come on, let's come on. I want you to tell me. It's just like what? I mean, I thought you were leaving. And now you don't really want to go. I mean, you either want to go or you don't want to go. So I mean, I thought that was kind of odd. Um, and then the whole ending thing too, where she like prank calls him or something, just to get him there to prove a point that I know you're the Flash, but you don't want to tell me. It's just like, okay. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know what that served. What point was that? I mean, I guess to say, okay, I know that now. I know that you're the Flash. I mean, it's just like whatever. I don't think she's gone. I think she'll be back eventually doing something. So I mean, those things were kind of a nitpick negative thing. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I looked over them, but they were just like kind of dumb. Um, and I liked Patty Spivot a lot. I mean, I thought she was a great character, and I liked her with Barry. And I just so weird that now she just wants to leave. It's just so abrupt. I mean, they spent so much time drawing you into this relationship over the last, how many weeks has it been, and months or whatever. And now it's just like, okay, I'm done. Goodbye. I'm leaving. It's just like, wow, okay. That was just ridiculous. Um, so there's that. The whole thing with Iris and her mom, that whole scene was unnecessary. I did not like that scene at all. Why even have it? Why have it at all? I mean, they could have done that somewhere else. Just said what? I mean, I just think it was just worthless. I mean, it didn't do anything. I mean, you don't feel anything for this other character. I mean, I know it's sad and everything and this and that, but it's just like, why is it even there? And the whole Wally situation. I mean, he's another character that's up and down character. It's like one minute you hate Joe and Iris, the next minute you're having Chinese food with Joe, the next minute you are blaming him for this situation or whatever, and then the next minute he's blaming his mother. He's not seeing his mother, and it's like he's blaming her, and now he's with Iris now, and they're going to see. It's just like, what is happening with this character so far? I mean, I don't know. I mean, they're not really using him very well. I mean, I hope that they pick it up with him because he's a very interesting character, and he's pivotal. I mean, he's a major character. So I mean, just like hopefully over time they'll get it straightened out. But right now they're not using him very well, and I just don't like that whole up and down situation that they're doing with these characters. It's weird. So there's that. So I mean, there was a few negatives here and there, and like I said, that scene the Iris scene. I mean, it was very well acted. Candace Patton and the other actress, I don't know, forget her name, that plays her mother. I mean, they did an excellent job. I mean, I really enjoyed. I mean, their acting was great. It's just like that whole scene was just unnecessary. I mean, I didn't think that you really needed it. So there was that. The other actress that plays the doctor that Eobard Thawne took hostage, her acting, I mean, was terrible, absolutely terrible. This episode, I mean, she's got to talk with these big eyes. Oh my God, what are you doing? I mean, it's like what? I mean, her acting is bad. I mean, I don't know. It's like she's still keeping in that whole same 1990s acting thing. I mean, so that was pretty bad. So I mean, there was a few negatives here and there in the episode, but overall, I really enjoyed the episode. Mostly bringing the Reverse Flash back in. I like that scene, the whole scene where they're chasing each other and they're fighting, and then Barry catches him, and then he beats the crap out of him. That was awesome. Um, so yeah, and the scene with Caitlin and Jay Garrick, I thought was really good. Their whole story going on, and then they name drop that they have that name drop, Hunter Zolomon, and so that was a big name drop, big name drop there. I don't think it's a coincidence that they're name dropping Hunter Zolomon, and then they've already brought in Wally West. So you know, from what I understand, Hunter Zolomon is kind of like the one that gives Wally West some trouble, and maybe I think is he the third Reverse Flash? I mean, I could be wrong, guys. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he's like the third Reverse Flash or something to that effect. So I don't know where they're going on with that. If he's connected to Zoom somehow, um, and they bring in Wally West. So I mean, there might be something going on there with that down the line. So that's interesting. I mean, it's really interesting and cool that they have all these speedsters. I mean, they have Wally West now on the show. We got Barry Allen, we got Jake Garrick, is still there. He's hanging around. Now we also have the Reverse Flash just came back. We have Zoom somewhere. And now they just name dropped Hunter Zolomon. So yeah, there's a lot going on here. Very cool. I can't wait to see where they go with this situation with this Hunter Zolomon character. That should be interesting. But yeah, guys, enjoyed the episode. Few negatives here and there. But overall, I enjoyed it. But if there's anything I may have missed, guys, please write in the comments below. Please like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. We appreciate it. I don't think there was anything else I know there was probably something I missed or something, but yeah, I mean, like the whole time paradox thing that they talked about too was out there, but it worked, and it was interesting. But yeah, that'll do it for me for this week, guys. I will see you guys next week for another recap and review for The Flash. Thanks a lot, guys. Take it easy.